Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That's taken on the 25. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. A screen to Bell. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right on the 30. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. But it's going to be second down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he fires one, but incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Jackson to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Bell.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And it's 3rd down.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
The 1st quarter with no score.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Derek Wolfe that time, the one who got in there to make the play.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Flushed out right, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Caught right side at Snead. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. They'll give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Sliding out of the pocket. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. It's our time. It's our time. 51 is Mike. Mike 50. 13.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And now a 1,000-yard rusher season ago. It's Mark Ingram.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
Tucker lining up for the extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. From the 25 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A gain of 6 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders,
Using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. Ebron's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Eric Ebron.
Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
First down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check. Hey, alert.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now the toss to Bell running right. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 35. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, it's Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
A gain of 11.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Brought down.
The tackle made by L.J. Ford. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Roethlisberger keeps it, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march for the chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's J.J. Watt. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Steelers, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a Steeler first down.
Black 20.
Here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he goes out right around the 39. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Caught left side by Hilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Calais Campbell on the stop. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And hitting Juju on the slant. And the Steelers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest, and a first down. Now Bell. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Short of the goal line.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
Now Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Jackson will keep it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
48, 48. Here we go, G. Here I come again.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger looking deep for Hilton. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Ben to throw again. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
From the 8-yard line.
Here's Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Mike 51, Mike 51. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Another run here with Dobbins. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.